going on, everybody? I am Fed Architect, and welcome to another Overwatch Hero Guide. We are doing support players still, and we are looking at Symmetra today. Symmetra is a unique support player in the fact that she has no ability to heal her teammates. Matter of fact, her only ability that she has to even protect her teammates in any way, shape, or form is a light shield that she can give to them, and she can give them to all her teammates. She has low health, like most of the support players. Her health is 200 max. It starts with a 100 health and a 100 shield, so basically in the same line as Zenyatta, just 50 more health, same shield level. And she is slow movement. She doesn't have a boost like Lucio or one where she can just track down to her teammate. She can't get out of the way, basically, is what I'm saying. So with that all in mind, and the fact, the low movement, the low health, and the fact that she can't protect her allies other than a shield, she doesn't have a way to heal them, I would have put her under a defensive category instead of in the support. But you know, whether you call her support, you can call her whatever you want, you're going to play her defensively. That's just the way it's going to work. Now, the weapon that she carries is called the Photon Projector. This weapon has two fire modes. The first and primary fire mode is called the projector beam, and what this does is projects a short range beam that will auto lock on to targets that are approximately 5 meters away and deal continuous damage the whole time that it's locked onto them. Now, the thing to remember about this beam, and it's very important if you haven't noticed it already, is that this beam has 3 levels of damage. The longer it stays locked onto a person, the more damage it's going to do. So level 1 will do 30 damage per second. Level 2 will do 60 damage per second, and when you reach level 3, that will do 120 damage per second. And off to the side, you can see an image of what each level looks like on your gun, because it's indicated on the weapon, so you'll know it if you take a look at the weapon, and you'll be able to know what level you're at. The thing to remember also is that it will stay at a certain level for a certain period of time. So if you reach level 2 and you have to disengage, if you disengage within a short period of time, I can't remember how many seconds it is, it will stay at that level and it'll start charging back up, so you don't have to be continuously on them, but you can't stay off long. Now, it takes 2 seconds to go from level 1 when you start firing your gun up to level 3. So that's not too bad to stay locked on for somebody that long. And at that rate of damage, you should be able to take out just about anybody relatively quickly. You know, you're not going to be able to just charge in and take them out. You only have 200 freaking health, so you have to be careful. Now, the secondary fire mode is called the Photon Orb, and I'm sure you've noticed this when you do it. It has a charge up, and with that charge, you can go from a damage of 25 all the way up to a damage of 125. It takes 2 full seconds, of course, just like it will on the Photon Beam. 2 seconds to fully charge it. The nice thing about this thing is it can shoot through shields, so it's really good at going against Reinhardt and Winston when they're in their shields. Definitely on the escorts when they're trying to protect whatever's behind them. It will also shoot whoever's behind them. Even though it will penetrate those shields, it won't penetrate Zarya's barrier. And when you do that fire, that orb, it is really slow moving, so just about anybody can get out of the way except for maybe a Bastion who's stationary, or Reinhardt or Roadhog, or somebody who's a really slow tank. Now, she has a couple abilities. Her main ability is her sentry turret. She can hold 3 at one time, so if you look at the bottom when you're playing her down there, it'll show you that you have 3 orbs, or 3 turrets to start off with. You can mount these to just about any surface that's out there. There's some that you can't, I don't know why. I've tried to mount them high and low, and it just won't do it, but there's a lot, just about any place, though, you can mount these things. Now, what these do is these project a little beam out, which will slow down any enemy that comes by, and it will allow you and their teammates to focus fire on them while they slow down. The more turrets that are locked onto them, the slower they'll go, the more damage that will be dealt to them. Now, these turrets, though, they are very weak. They only have 1 health per turret, so they are easily destroyed by splash damage. So anybody like Junkrat, or Pharah, or even Zarya with her, if she does her secondary fire mode, if they shoot those things and they're anywhere in that area, it's going to destroy the turrets. So you have to really be careful where you place them. It's a strategy thing you're going to have to learn. You're going to try different things, and you'll either figure it out or they'll just get destroyed. These turrets, however, will not penetrate the shields. I always thought they would. It felt like they did whenever I was playing against them, but they won't. They won't penetrate any shield. They're only going to lock on to Reinhardt once he gets past them. And if Winston throws down his dome, it's not going to penetrate that either. So the ability of the Photon Shield that we talked about at the beginning is a shield that she can throw on to any teammate anytime. There is no cooldown. She can put it on all teammates at one time, and they will stay on that teammate until they die. Even if Symmetra dies, it will stay on that teammate. Don't be afraid to use them. She can throw them all day long. Finally, the ultimate that she has is her teleporter. And her turrets will charge up her ultimate very quickly, which allows her to put down a exit portal at the battlefield or the front lines there where she wants her teammates to attack or get back to quickly. And what this will do, automatically will put a entry portal back at the spawn, and her teammates will be able to quickly go from the spawn to the battle point and re-engage very quickly. It does only have a use of 6 times. So in other words, 6 teammates die, 6 teammates go through the portal, and the teleporter gets destroyed. It's done. Also, this teleporter is very weak. If they find it, they can take it out easily. So with Symmetra, just like Zenyatta, you want to kind of stay at the back. You don't really want to get up there and attack now. At the same time, if your turrets lock on, it's really good to get up there with her primary weapon, her beam, and attack. Combined with her and that beam, she can take out anybody really pretty quickly. And she's great going against the other healers because they're just as weak as her, so if she can get up to them, and especially if they're getting attacked by the turrets, they'll probably die from the turrets before she gets there, but it's good to have. And as I said, she's best used as defense. So you're going to want to use her and her turrets to change the way the enemy is playing the game or coming after you. You know, use that turrets to slow the enemy advance, change the direction of approach, and then here's a neat thing. If you place it on a flat surface, an elevated flat surface, it has pretty good range that if Farrah's not paying attention, it will lock onto her. It's it's quite a funny thing to see, actually, because she's not really ready for it. She's thinking she's going to fly over it. And as I said, the turret placement, you have to take some thought with it. You can't just start sticking them anywhere because they will, I mean, it's so easy to destroy. You have to put them around corners, hidden up into corners. And don't be like some cheesy people who find a little glitch and stick it up there where people can't kill it at all. I mean, come on. At least have some dignity, for goodness sake. And you're also going to want to probably team her up with another support, just because since she can't heal, I find her good with Mercy or Lucio. Lucio is really good because he can boost you all and get there to the front lines quicker if you're doing stop the payload, and allow her to get most of her turrets, if not all of them, up before the enemy team gets released. Otherwise, if she's just going on her own, she's never going to get there in time, and she's only going to get a few up. That's why I usually like to not put them, try to get up to the front and put them right there. I try to get a point a little bit further up the road so that when they're moving it up, they're not expecting it maybe, and not in the same place that you see other put it. Now, it's getting so common that people will put them in certain areas that they're just getting destroyed pretty quickly if you put them there. Unfortunately, she is going to be most useful at the beginning of the game. She's not going to be so much use for you if you're defending at the end of the game. The reason for that is just because her teleporter. Her teleporter is made to get you from their spawn to the front lines quickly. And as the enemy advances to the end of the game, going from their spawn to where they are now at that point is pointless. It's you can run their own, just as fast almost. So once you get to a certain point, that's when I would just let her go, because she's not going to heal your teammates anyway. You might as well switch to something that will hopefully stop the advance of the enemy team. But in reverse, she can be useful when you're at the end of a game for an attack, because you want to get back quickly so you can keep moving the payload, and she can get in there and set up the turret. And then what she can do, this is a fun strategy, is place those turrets on the actual payload so the enemy team can't really get up close to it. I mean, of course they can destroy the turrets pretty easily, but a lot of people aren't expecting those turrets to be placed somewhere on that payload. And it will at least slow them down, make them think about it, and if you got the teleporter, it'll help charge it up, and it will also help slow them down. So Symmetra's not my favorite character to play. I just find that she's not useful in a lot of maps, and like I said, she's not useful either at the end of a game if you're defending, or the beginning of the game if you are attacking. And without the ability to heal, then she might as well be defense, and the shield that she puts up, there are other characters who can put up more of a shield or armor. But still, if you like the idea of playing something different and the way that she plays, then she's definitely a character you can have fun with. It's just not a character I would choose first. Now, heroes that are good counters to Symmetra are Tracer. Of course, Tracer and her speed and her dodging ability makes it easier for her to take down Symmetra, just like it makes her easier to take down Zenyatta and all the rest of them. And it also, the speed and dodging makes it easier for her to get to the back lines and find the teleporter and destroy it. Another hero that's a good counter to Symmetra is Junkrat. That splash damage is the one that's going to destroy her turrets, and because of that after death mayhem that he has, and the fact that she has to be up close, she can die pretty easily from that if she's not paying any attention. Or you're not paying any attention. Also Pharah. Once again, Pharah has the splash damage that can take out her sentry turret. And the fact that Pharah has the mobility, she can also get around the turrets and get back to find wherever her teleporter is, or fly over and take her out. And that's why you want to, every once in a while, maybe throw one of those elevated so she has to kind of pay attention. But once again, one shot from him, her thing, and it's going to take out any turret you have there anyway. And the last character I'll talk about that go a good counter to her is Zarya. Zarya's barrier will once again deflect that photon orb and the photon beams, of course, so she really can't do much damage to Zarya if Zarya doesn't want her to. And if you launch your photon orb at frickin' Zarya when she has her barrier up, it's gonna just absorb that damage and then power up her gun and make it even more powerful. So if you see a Zarya, just run away. You're not gonna do any good against Zarya. Now, heroes that Zarya is a good counter against is Reinhardt and Winston. Those two mainly because of their shields that you're the one of the few that can actually get through them, and you can do it from a distance. Maybe not as much Winston as Reinhardt because Reinhardt is slow and more stationary. Winston can jump around and jump in and out, and he can definitely get out of the way of it. But if he's not paying attention, you can get him. But Reinhardt, he's usually the one up front trying to escort the payload and protect Bastion. That's one she can take out, or at least do some damage to. And of course, Bastion, because Bastion is usually a stationary and he's a little turret mode. Now he can, of course, get out of that and get out of the way, I'm sure, before the photon orb gets there. But if he's protected behind Reinhardt, it's a good counter to try to take them both out, do them both damage by shooting your photon orbs through Reinhardt's shield. So with all that said about Symmetra and the fact that she is unable to heal her teammates, she has weak turrets, her teleporter is only useful for half of the game on most of them, she's just one of those support players that you're going to probably pick last. There's advantages of every other support player over her. But if you already have a healer and you're trying to help defend, she can be quite useful in that. And that's a nice short basic look at Symmetra. If you want to do some defense without really being support, even though you are support, then Symmetra is somebody you can play and have a little fun with and piss people off when you have the turrets around. So that'll do it for this look at this guide of Symmetra, and I will catch you the next time when we do another look. I think that'll be Mercy as we continue our look at support players. Alright, thanks for watching everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.